Hello and welcome. I am Lady Calamere, and I welcome you to my channel. I am doing my 132nd video. My mind is still kind of disturbed after Hurricane Ian. We are okay, but I know a lot of people aren't okay. And looking at the devastation on the news really breaks my heart, and it reminds me of when I lived in New Orleans with Katrina. So, let's get started with this, because if I don't do it now, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do this. So, Kalaratri, who is she? She is the 7th emanation of Ma Durga. And here we have a picture of Durga. That's her right here. And we have an oracle card of Kalaratri, and we have Mr. Shadow. So this card comes from a beautiful deck that you can find on Amazon.com by Elena Fairchild, and the artwork by Jimmy Manton. The Kali Oracle. Kalaratri, her name. Kala means time. Ratri means night. So her name literally means night time. But Kala also deals with, since it deals with time, it deals with decay and death and destruction. So she is a goddess that deals with this. Kalaratri is the most ferocious, most terrifying emanation of the 9 aspects of Ma Durga. This goddess means complete business, and as we see her here, her mount is a donkey. Her skin is like Kali, the bluish and sometimes even just shown as black. Her hair is usually unbound and wild, though some have seen it as braided. But in most art, her hair is wild. I know no books that are just about Kalaratri, but there are many books on Durga. So there is a book that does deal with working on Kalaratri, and it's the only book around that I know that does it. And I already asked the author's permission to show a little bit about the book. So, shoot, how do I get to it? Just looking for the cover. Okay. So, it's by Baal Kadmun, Durga Mantra Magic. And he has a working with her, how you can work with her. And it deals with courage, because she does give you that. And let me pull it up. There we are. So we got for courage. And he suggests that you work on a Saturday, which makes sense because Kalaratri, and you can work with Kalaratri any day, but here's the thing. Kalaratri rules over Shani. Shani is Saturn. Okay? He's the Hindu god of Saturn. And of course, Saturn rules over Saturday. So he has this, and he does give the mantra Om Devi Kalaratri Namaha. Om Devi Kalaratri Namaha. That's how he pronounces it. Om Devi Kalaratri Namaha. So it's actually really good if you want to work with the 9 powers of Durga, the 9 emanations, and if you want to work with Kalaratri, who will give you great power and courage. Kalaratri, and like I said, she rules over Saturn, Shani. If you want to learn more about Shani, I have a video on Shani on my channel. Look that up. If you want to learn more about Durga, I have also a presentation on her. Now, Kalaratri, her time is night. She rules over the night skies. She within her body contains all the universes. She is the dark goddess, the dark mother. She is the warrior aspect as well. She is the great warrior aspect, and she comes as a terrifying form against the evils that would plague our world and against the evils that would plague her devotee. To her devotee, she could be very kind, but yet being the most terrifying, awesome mother. And if you want to, the thing is, she's not completely naked here, as you can see. She's not naked like Kali. But she is also known as Shumvakari. It's a short, it's a soft ba. So when you pronounce it, Shumbhamkri. When you see the BH, it's va, va. Very short, not like boy, but va, 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 va. Very soft, a soft B. And Shumvamkari means the doer of good, because that's what she does for her devotees, even though she is very fierce. And sometimes it depends what she holds in her hand. Sometimes she's there holding a skull bowl with just a skull cap for offerings, usually blood, a scimitar, and an implement that may look weird to you, to some people, but that is a weapon of the lightning bolt. So she deals with the element of lightning, electricity. She deals with fire. Sometimes she's even shown holding a club, a sword. She has 3 black round eyes. Her body is dark. Her hair is wild. So sometimes she wears a garland of skulls. Or other times she's wearing this garland that's shining electricity. Bolts of lightning coming from her necklace. Her 3 eyes are round, very round, and and from these 3 eyes emit electricity. That's why I say she deals with the electricity. From her breath From her mouth and her nostrils, she breathes fire, like Godzilla. She rides a donkey. So she has great power within her. And she holds her hands up in two gestures. One is Abhaya Mudra, and one is Vara Mudra. The hand that's up says it's like blessing and fear not. Then when she holds it like this, it's giving a boon. She's granting something. Okay? So she does grant things. And the Abhaya Mudra is this. This is saying fear not, blessings, everything's going to be okay. The Varada Mudra is boon offering, gift giving, answering of prayers. So, and also she also offers this, imparting freedom of fears and trouble. She offers freedom. She offers protection. She offers us gifts. Kalaratri is worshipped on the 7th night of the Nav Durga festival. She is completely capable of destroying forces of evil, and along with Durga, she destroys Shumba and Nishumba, and she is sometimes compared with Kali, though some literature says otherwise. But nowadays, she's either just worshipped during the 7th night, or during Durga Puja, or more by tantrics. And hopefully more people other than just tantrics are worshipping her on the 7th night of Durga Puja will worship Ma Kalaratri again. The flowers that are associated with her are the red hibiscus, the passion flower, and the lotus. So those are her 3 main flowers. Again, the passion flower, the red hibiscus, and the lotus. She stands at the southern door, the southern gate of Mount Kailash. There are 12 petals in the Anahata chakra. That's the heart chakra. So it has 12 petals. And there are different deities associated with the 12 petals. Why am I bringing this up is because Kalaratri is on one of those petals of the heart chakra. So Kalaratri, she is the goddess of nighttime. With night, there's certain things, it's good and bad. We as humans normally would rest. It brings comfort, especially more in hot climates away from the sun. But also, at night, things creep and crawl and predators come out. So it's a double thing. But she offers us protection from the night. She gives us the security of night and the protection from harm. Yes, she can be used for cursing, offensive and defensive. Yes, she can be used for binding, banishing, cursing, punishing, retribution. But she can also be used for protection against curses and to free you from your enemies. You're being annoying, mister. Yes, you are. So, Kalaratri. She's a protector of the Hindu faithful and those who worship her. She's both honored and feared. She is both honored and feared. And her husband, of course, her consort would be Shiva, Kala. He would be the night Shiva. So, yes, she does have a consort. But she's usually in art and in Murti statuary, she's portrayed alone. So there are temples to her. Now, in America, there is a temple in Queens, New York called the Divya Dam. It's in Woodside, New York. When you go inside, there's it's a huge temple. It's gigantic inside. Trust me, it doesn't look like much from the outside, but when you go in, I mean, this is like the TARDIS. If anyone's a Doctor Who fan, a little small phone book, but when you go inside, it's huge and it is gigantic. And it even has a second floor. But on the first floor, there is a place where there are 9 emanations of Durga. And during the Navdurga, people will face each image. They have Kalaratri, but they have her portrayed, as memory serves me correctly, as white skinned. I don't think they painted her. I think she's white skinned. If my memory serves me correctly. But she is there in the Divya Dham. The Divya Dham. So there also is a temple in Varanasi, which is a sacred city in India to Shiva. It's the Kalaratri temple. There's also a Kalaratri temple in Mirzapur, and also another one in Nayagaon. So there's not a whole lot of temples dedicated to Kalaratri, but those are the temples. Now the Divya Dham, there's so many deities there. But it's a big it's big on Durga there. And yes, they have a larger than life Murti of Kali there. So Kalaratri is believed to bring success to her devotees, to bring wisdom in all the activities to those who worship her. She has a protecting nature, but God, is she fierce. You can say she doesn't play well with others. Kalaratri is also, if you see the red paint on her hand, that's blood. And it's the blood of the wicked, of the Asuras, or those who would just try to go against her or her devotees. So Kalaratri can help you with magic and witchcraft, and to learn Tantra. She can help you with the occult, and to gain power over yourself or power over others, if that's what you wish. She loves to be in the cremation ground, and like I said, her elements are fire and electricity. She prances and she rides in the cremation ground, and here would be the graveyards, the cemeteries, the mortuaries. She deals with the dead. And it's interesting when I say the south gate of Mount Kailash, because south is a direction of the underworld where Yama is. Yama is the god of the dead, and he rules from the lowest part of the underworld, Patala. Yama rules the lowest world. So, and she's described in different Puranas, and she's has different mantras. And I said sometimes the names of Kali and Kalaratri are used interchangeably, but however, there's also the Markandeya Purana that gives another version of this goddess, that she are distinguished forms of Mahalakshmi. Just telling you from different Puranas, and if you know what the Puranas are, then if you don't, look that up. So there are different scriptures about her, like the Varaha Purana describes this goddess Kalaratri was born from darkness. And she went to a mountain to perform penance, where she can destroy and cause destruction and ruin of enemies. So she's even in the Shaiva and Shaktiya Agamas, the Puranas, like I said, the Markandeya Purana, the Devi Bhagavata, the Varaha Purana, the Skanda Purana, and so the different scriptures describe her. And none of them are playful or cute. As approachable, it depends. Are you scared? Are you terrified of the dead? Are you terrified of ferocity? Then maybe she's not the first goddess you want to talk to. But if you feel good about contacting Kali, if you're close to Durga, yeah, she can be approachable. Boy, what you got? Uh-uh. What you got? Oh, nope. Nope. This is not for you. Thank you for finding my bracelet, though. Oh, my God. He got my bracelet. And he found it. So you're the one who took it. Or it was your brother. Which one? I'm just going to blame you because you're here. So Kalaratri will be victorious against spirits that wish to cause harm. Boy, I said boy. Knock it off. God, he likes to show off. He does this one of these guys does it all the time. They like to be destructive. Right now we got Hurricane Loki. So Kalaratri is Jesus. Come on. You're deliberately doing this. You're gonna get hurt. Sorry guys, but I have to protect the kitty. So the goddess, she's able to destroy, like if you're having problems with poltergeists, negative spirits, ghosts, evil spirits, negative energies, lower energies. If you're dealing with anyone sending you curses, Kalaratri is good for defense and offense. She will tear them up. Her appearance itself is able to call up and summon fear. Okay? Her appearance invokes the power of fear, especially those who wish to hurt you. And as we could see, the dark moon. The dark moon is great. I know they call it the new moon when there's no moon, but you know, I like to call it the dark moon. Her moon would be black, black, black. Lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse. Great times to worship Kalaratri. And of course night and on Saturday, and when planetary power time, the planetary hours, when it hits Saturn, and you can get a program on, you can actually download an app. You don't even need to do the math anymore. You could just download the app to see where when time of Saturn's going to be, and then you can use that time to worship Kalaratri. Now she gives, also deals with money, power, prestige. Some people use her for that. Now, Kalaratri is said to impart peace to her devotees while being extremely ferocious. It's like Kali, to see the beauty in the ferocious and the terrifying. She is the goddess that can, even though she's Kalaratri, she can destroy the darkness. She can stop destruction. She can conquer or prolong death. She can destroy ignorance. So when one's going through the dark night of the soul, she could be the dark goddess to help you through this time. Again, like I said, she is Shubham Kari. Shubham Kari. The one who does good. The one who is auspicious. She indicates the dark side of life, the shadow side of life. But she also brings to the world peace and goodwill. Hi, Lady Boss. Don't pick on Shadow because he's sleeping now. He's having a nap. It's been a while since you've been here, Lady Boss. Boo! Little Boo, come on. You're the star. So, Kalaratri, yeah, she is a blood guzzler. She does drink the blood of her enemies. In fact, she is even worshipped with blood. Some people give her their own blood. That's fine too. Kalaratri, the goddess of night, time. She is within us. She can help us to help us honor our shadow self, but also not to let our darker sides take over, especially when we don't want it. She can help us during dream time when we are asleep. Again, that's what we're supposed to do at night, is sleep, rest. She helps us with rest. She helps us with sleep. She helps us find peace within the dark. She helps us find comfort within the dark. She helps us find wisdom within the dark. And she shows us that the dark is just the dark. Like the light is just the light. The dark can be as beautiful as the light. The dark can also be a comforting place, just like the light is. Sometimes it's good to be in the shade or in the shadow to get away from the sun when it's overbearing. Sometimes it's good to get out of the sun. Sometimes it's good to be in the shade and in the shadow. And I'm using this as literally and figuratively. The literal darkness and the figurative darkness. That she can help us with our boogeymen. When we were kids, at night, we think that something's under our bed or in the closet. Well, she can help us with our literal boogeymen and our figurative boogeymen. Our boogeymen can be a rotten neighbor, an enemy that's out to hurt us. Maybe the overbearing boss who's always trying to find ways to get you fired. Something like that. So she can be that shade away from the overbearing heat. She can hide us too, to help us find rest and repose within the shade, especially when we need to pull our energies within so we're not so noticed. And she is a very efficient warrior. Since she's the seventh emanation, some people associate the number 7 with Kalaratri. And that would make sense. And as Baal Hadmoon says in his book, she can bless us with courage to deal with what we need to deal with. And she can take care of some of the stuff. She helps us to see in the dark and to feel at peace. So, other things associated with her. Okay, some offerings that you can give to Kalaratri include her flowers that I mentioned before, which are, and I'll go to it again, passion flower, lotus flowers, and red hibiscus. Blood, milk, offering of molasses, so you can give her creams, chocolate, can never go wrong with chocolate. People offer her rice grains, and they offer her wine. The tantrics would be more like the wine and the meat offerings. But some people shy away from different meats. And they give her fruits. So, like I said, some people will offer their blood. Be careful with that so you don't hurt yourself. You can always get landslits for what diabetics use to test their blood and pop, poke a finger. A nice bonfire to her is pretty cool. Black candles. Coconuts to represent the head of the devotee. Like you're giving... she just likes coconuts, but there's a thing where they would pretend to sacrifice their own selves, but just mock sacrifice of cutting their own head and then giving a coconut, but they don't actually hurt themselves. Now, Kum Kum, Kumkum, Kumkum powder is jaggery, Jaggery. And in fact, any red flower will do. If you can't get the passion, lotus, or hibiscus, you can just give her any pretty red flowers. Some people give garland of lemons to her. That's also given to a Lakshmi, not Lakshmi, but a Lakshmi. I discuss who a Lakshmi is in my presentation to Lakshmi. They also give her a ghee lamp. That's clarified butter with a wick in it. Basically, you melt the butter and you take all the solids out, and what you have left with the oil, so you take the salt and the milk out. So, or you can buy ghee. It's clarified butter. Some people offer her different types of candies, which is cool. Different sweets. Samigri is also offered to her. You can look that up, Samigri. Which is after every 10 mantras, you throw Samigri into like the Homa fire. So, if you do 108, then if you're doing the 108 mantras, the japa mantra, and after every 10, you throw the Samigri. Kalaratri can increase your own power, your own confidence, and belief within yourself. She can offer you greatness. And help you with your life, especially when you are facing problems. So, of course, her colors were seen as black, indigo, so anything to do with like indigo, black is good color. That's why I have the black altar here. Now, she helps one to overcome egotism, if that's what you want to do. She helps us to accept our mortality and help us deal when it's someone else's time, when we're grieving. Because she does deal with death. And she can help us when we need to pass on, when it's our time to transition, or when someone else is to help someone else transition. She can help us to learn to accept that. So, Kalaratri can help us to go within, to find answers within, to find ourselves within. She can help us with meditation, with silence, with deep thought. She can help us with our psychic powers and even communications with the dead and spirits. But she's also a goddess of exorcisms. She's able to exorcise some of the nastier spirits. So, you can actually use the Sri Yantra to worship her. All goddesses can be used with the Sri Yantra. And the only god that can be used with the Sri Yantra is Shiva. But any of the goddesses you can use with the Sri Yantra. So if you don't have a yantra of her, just if you have the Sri Yantra, you can use that. I didn't think about getting my Sri Yantra out, so my both of them are on my Kali altar in the other room. But you can use, if you want to make an altar to Kalaratri, make sure it deals with night. You can have skulls on the altar. Things that I said that she deals with. So black candles are ideal for her. If you're kind of put off by black candles, then you can use dark blue or indigo candles for her. That's fine as well. I know some people are uneasy around black candles. They think it's evil. It's not. There's so many things you can do with a black candle, not just evil and cursing someone. And again, anything to do with Saturn. Any images that deal with Saturn is good for her. Like I said, she rules over the planet Saturn. So if you want, you can also get a star mat and see where Saturn is in the sky. And if you want, you can face that way too. But some people face south when worshiping her. Again, towards the land of the dead. But, you know, if you feel only comfortable facing east, then that's fine. If you can't, if you can only put your altar, let's say, in the west, that's fine. Sure it is. Just talk to her about it. So, Kalaratri is good for anything like to protect you when you're doing spirit contact. She can help you, protect you, and help you to open up your psychic senses when you're working, say, with oracle cards or divination. wind just moved my window a little bit. I don't know if you heard that. I know my kitchen window looked like it was coming out last night. It was a crazy night. So if you feel you need to subjugate someone spiritually, Kalaratri is your goddess. Ah, wow, listen to that wind. I mean, even the night before the hurricane came, we had tornadoes like crazy. We had like tons of them. Now, some people, okay, so if you have a teacher and they tell you which direction to face with Kalaratri, then I would do that. Otherwise, face south or towards Saturn. Anyways, enough of that. You can put also images of donkeys on her altar and images of lightning. So she can really bless your home. But if you want that dark energy, she can also bring that too. Some people feel comfortable with a darker energy of almost like gothic energy. That's cool too, if that's what you want from her. So anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If not, then give me a thumbs down. Please subscribe so that you never miss a video. I do not have a Patreon account, so there are a lot of people that are suffering due to Hurricane Ian, and the death toll is still being counted. So if you can, go to the Red Cross and donate your money there. Or if you can, donate clothes, give blood, and just be considerate of those now who have nothing or lost their loved ones. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. There's so much to learn about Kalaratri. My mind is kind of still in kind of shock. And like I said, we're okay. But looking at the news, it's just, my God. Anyways, so please do stay safe. Take care of yourself. Shadow demands it. And as always, blessed be.